Hey everyone, welcome to The Explainer. I'm so glad you're here with us today because, well, we've got something incredibly important to talk about. We're looking at a crucial blueprint built straight from recent threat data. Its one and only job to protect your personal finances against some seriously sophisticated, modern AI fraud. We're taking the hard data directly from the source material and breaking it down into a visual, step-by-step masterclass on digital defense. So settle in and pay close attention, because what we cover today could literally save your life savings. Let's get into it. Okay, let's dive into this. $21 billion. Just let that number sink in for a second. That is the staggering, completely terrifying reality we're facing right now. AI scams just stole $21 billion from Americans. And look, if you're sitting there thinking, oh, that only happens to people who aren't good with technology, you might want to think again. The data actually shows scammers are heavily targeting smart, highly educated professionals. We're talking doctors, engineers, professors. Modern AI is just so convincing now that it completely bypasses our normal logic, and brilliant people are literally losing everything. To give you a real sense of how fast this threat is accelerating, official FBI data paints a pretty terrifying picture. Back in 2024, cybercrime losses were sitting at around $16.6 billion. But jumped to 2025, that number skyrocketed to $20.9 billion. That means losses jumped by over $4 billion in just one single year. It's like a wildfire, right? That steep climb perfectly illustrates how AI has radically scaled both the efficiency and the reach of financial fraud. It's not just a threat, it's a massive accelerating threat vector. So here is how we're going to build your defense today. First, we'll look at the $21 billion threat. Second, we'll break down the 7 devastating AI scams. Third, we'll build your 10-step protection plan. And finally, we'll cover the 24-hour emergency response. Let's kick things off with part 1, the $21 billion threat, institutional panic, and everyday weaponization. To put this whole thing into perspective, the very same AI tools that you and I might use every day, things like ChatGPT, voice cloning software, or deepfake generators, they're being weaponized by bad actors. And honestly, financial institutions are panicking. Get this, in August 2026, Visa paid an absolutely astounding $2.4 billion to acquire a cybersecurity firm called BioCatch, literally just to fight AI scams. I mean, when a massive financial pillar like Visa is dropping billions solely to counter AI fraud, you know for a fact we're dealing with a systemic crisis here. All right, let's move right into part 2, the 7 devastating AI scams, the new faces of fraud. Scam number 1 is AI voice cloning. The FBI actually calls this the grandparent scam, and it is wild. Scammers literally only need a few seconds of public audio, maybe just a quick clip from a social media video, to perfectly clone a family member's voice. They call up a loved one, sound exactly like the person they cloned, and just manufacture absolute panic. They'll say they're in jail or in a car accident or in some kind of grave danger, and they demand money right away. Americans lost a shocking $893 million to voice fraud alone last year. It's brutal because it relies entirely on sheer emotional panic. Moving on to scam number 2, we've got deepfake investment scams. In this one, AI generates flawless fake videos of highly trusted public figures, think Elon Musk or Warren Buffett, and has them recommending these obscure, totally fake crypto platforms. And it works. Fake celebrity videos actually account for a massive 52% of all deepfake fraud worldwide, stealing about $1.3 billion. The AI completely mimics the exact mannerisms and voice of the celebrity, which basically turns social media ads into a total minefield. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the shift in AI phishing emails, which is scam number 3. We used to spot old phishing emails super easily because they were full of bad grammar and obvious spelling errors, but today, AI phishing has absolutely perfect grammar. Not only that, the AI scrapes your data from LinkedIn, Facebook, and public records in a matter of seconds. So the email knows your name, your bank, who you work for, and tons of personal details. You simply cannot tell the difference between a fake email and a real one just by reading it anymore. It's crazy. Scam number 4 goes straight after your livelihood with fake AI job listings. Scammers are posting incredibly professional-looking job listings on all the major sites. You apply, and magically, you get hired almost immediately. But here is the catch. They demand your bank account details up front for direct deposit, or they send you a fake check to deposit asking you to forward a portion of it for home office equipment. The definitive rule here is so simple, guys. Never, ever give your bank details to a new employer before your first day of in-person paperwork. Legitimate companies literally never operate like this. Next up, scam number 5 takes advantage of our love for online shopping. AI can now build entire fake e-commerce sites in a matter of minutes, and they look incredible. We're talking professional photos, fake 5-star reviews, and even super responsive 24/7 AI chatbots. They'll offer amazing deals like 60% off designer goods. You put in your payment info, and the very next day, the entire site vanishes into thin air. Americans lost over $16 million to these fake stores in just a single year. Pro tip: always check a domain's age at whois.com before buying anything. If it's less than 6 months old, just walk away. Scam number 6 focuses on government impersonation. Bad actors use AI to perfectly clone the voices of agents from the IRS, Social Security, or the FBI. The AI fake demands immediate payment, threatens you with an arrest warrant, and here is the absolute biggest red flag. They ask for gift cards or crypto. Listen, the real government contacts you by mail only. The IRS will never demand crypto, and they will sure as heck never ask for gift cards. If you get a call like this, hang up immediately. And if you're ever worried, just call the official IRS number yourself, 1-800-829-1040. Finally, we arrive at scam number 7. Americans lost a devastating $1.3 billion last year to AI romance scams. It's heartbreaking. AI creates perfect fake dating profiles and literally carries out months of deep, emotional conversations with victims in perfect English. And since it's an AI, it never sleeps, so it's available 24 hours a day to chat. Once the victim is fully emotionally invested, the AI fabricates a sudden medical emergency and begs for money. The rule of thumb here: always reverse image search profile photos and absolutely insist on a video call before trusting anyone online. All right, let's shift gears from the problem to the solution with part 3, your 10-step protection plan, building your financial fortress. So the absolutely crucial point here is starting with step 1. Establish a family safe word today. This is one secret, unique word like sunflower or Jupiter that only your immediate family members know. If you ever receive an emergency call from a family member asking for money or claiming they're in huge trouble, demand the safe word. If they don't know it, you'll know instantly that it's an AI voice cloning scam. It really is the ultimate immediate shield. Now, step 6 of the plan is so important it gets its own dedicated focus. And that is how you spend online. Look, debit cards give you zero protection. If you get scammed, that money is just gone instantly. Wire transfers and crypto, never use those with strangers online. But credit cards, they're your absolute best friend on the internet. They offer chargeback protection and give you a vital 60-day window to dispute any fraudulent charges. Seriously, use credit cards exclusively for your online shopping. Okay, here is the complete ultimate 10-step protection plan summarized directly from our source data. Let's run through it. 1. Establish that family's safe word today. 2. Enable 2-factor authentication on every single financial account. 3. Freeze your credit for free at all 3 bureaus: Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. This stops identity theft cold. 4. Never use wire transfers or gift cards for payments. 5. Always check domain age at whois.com before hitting buy. 6. Use credit cards for online shopping. 7. Google every caller, employer, and investment to check for scam reports. 8. Set up $1 transaction alerts on your banking apps to catch fraud in real time. 9. Use a password manager like Bitwarden, 1Password, or LastPass so you have unique passwords everywhere. And 10. If you are scammed, act within hours, not days. Keep this master checklist handy and use it to build an absolute fortress around your money. Which brings us to our final section, part 4, 24-hour emergency response, fighting from safety. If the absolute worst happens and you realize you've been scammed, you have to act fast. But don't panic, just walk through these exact 6 urgent steps within the first 24 hours. First, call your bank right away to request a wire recall. And remember, wire recall windows are measured in hours, not days. Second, freeze your credit immediately. Third, change all your account passwords right then and there. Fourth, report the scam to the official government site at reportfraud.ftc.gov. Fifth, file a police report just to get everything formally documented. And sixth, head over to identitytheft.gov to get a personalized recovery plan. Having an emergency fund is critical since banks may not refund authorized transfers, but having this protocol in your back pocket lets you fight back from a place of safety. Before we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. The scammers are upgrading their AI every single day. They never sleep, and they are constantly innovating new ways to deceive us. So the question is your protection plan keeping up? Knowledge is your absolute best protection here. You now know the scams, and you have the 10-step plan to defeat them. Stay vigilant, stay educated, and take action today to protect every dollar you have.